Segment 4 Aesthetics of Chuck.
Hair, it's important. It's important in terms of character and in terms of whether or not I'm going to be distracted.
So let's talk about that because, and that is true. It's something. It's a part of every show, every movie, even. Of course, in Hollywood, they call everything a show, but
Yeah,
part of every show is the sets, the location, makeup, hair, wardrobe,
yeah.
and so if you want to talk about that, or I mean, you have a fascination with the hair, but how does it make the character and there is a change in Sarah throughout season one to season two,
Yeah,
the way
there
her hair is presented. So go ahead and talk about that.
once again as she's the female character, I notice her a lot and I notice Chuck a lot cuz he's on the screen all the time. But um with Sarah, I think I think they've started figuring out how to do her hair, and at the same time they've started not knowing how to do her makeup. It's really weird. Like, if you go back and watch the beginning of the show, they used to do her makeup pretty naturally, and she looked like Yvonne's gorgeous. You don't need to do a whole lot to make her look good.
Right.
And at the end of season 2, especially in scenes in the castle, it's very obvious that they're just like caking on her makeup and it does not look right.
And
It
why would
doesn't
they,
look,
why would they be doing
I
that?
don't know why, but it doesn't look right. Number one, because Yvonne is so nice looking in general, you don't need to do that. Most people look worse when you have that much makeup on. And number two, it doesn't fit Sarah to me very well that she would be someone, because it's so much that I notice. Like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't notice that she has all that foundation or that eye makeup. It's like anything in TV or in movies, like whether it's the editing or the makeup or the costumes. Like, if I mean, I'm a little bit more than a casual viewer because I work in this industry, but if I, as a viewer, notice that it's there, if I notice that cut or if I notice that makeup, then something is wrong because I
Yeah.
shouldn't. It shouldn't look unnatural.
So in at least a couple of your commentaries, you've talked about it, and I talked about it too in one of my commentaries. Is that in season one we saw at least some early location shooting, and you see some of it in season two. We probably won't be seeing much of it in season three, but talk about maybe the differences and why you use location shooting and where they
Yeah.
use location shooting.
Well, obviously, for the pilot, it was almost all on location because they didn't have any sets yet. But yeah, there was a little bit more location stuff done in season one. I think they shot the apartment for a couple episodes was a location until they built the set to look pretty much just like it. I think it's really cool actually living out here and watching the show because you see things that you've driven by, which is really awesome. I've driven by Sarah's apartment building,
Yeah. Is it
and
a hotel?
it is a hotel, and it's actually the background behind it when you drive by is like studios, and in the show they have this huge like LA skyline behind it.
Ah.
And it's actually, if you look at one of the episodes, they show her looking out her window, and it looks like it's on like the 50th floor, and it's only like 4 stories high.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, yeah, it's only like four stories up.
That's interesting.
But that hotel is in Burbank.
And now that the budget has been cut, what can we expect from location shooting in season three?
Yeah, location shooting is what costs the most and takes up the most time. So in season 3, if they had budget cuts, that's one thing that's probably gonna go, and which is sad, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And actually, if you go back and watch Sensei, or not Sensei, that DeLorean, when Casey goes to find Sarah's dad at that
Yeah.
apartment downtown, the street that they use where he parks is the Warner Brothers backlot. So
Okay.
you might be seeing more of that. They have like a whole city back there, but
You
well,
know.
it's sad because I know like Yvonne has said, and maybe Josh, somebody was like, "Yeah, we'd love to do episodes, in Paris or whatever," but
Chris Fedek, yeah.
they're never gonna be able to afford that. I mean,
Chris Fedek said something like they could do it where they just do the establishing shot of them landing in Paris,
And
you
then
know,
have everything be inside somewhere.
and then everything is in a garage, you know, be a garage in Paris and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that's how they can do it.
They use the same shot of the Eiffel Tower in the backgrounds of all their shots.
Yeah, that's it. So it'll be just like you'll green screen something like them at the airport
Yeah.
or whatever. You build an airport set and they're always at one.
Yeah, well, I think Yvonne said that because she wants to go to Paris, but for free, but
Ah.
which is not going to happen.